Michael Jackson was our biggest hero.
Prince.
The kid, I'm just going to talk about Mike for 1 second.
Okay.
The kid that first said that Mike did something to him, he said he took a shower with him. Here it is, years later, Mike done died. He says, my parents put me up to it. The feds coerced me. So, did Michael do it? No. This is the people saying you got way too much power. Now let's look at this. Who owned Sony? Tommy Mottola. Until Michael Jackson bought up their catalogs.
Bought the whole Beatles catalog.
Not just the Beatles. Not just the Beatles. Jay-Z, Eminem, all of them cats. Michael Jackson make money off of every record they put out. Shut them all down. This is common knowledge. Google it.
He was definitely a
Did you hear the story about how Mike got the Beatles, George?
I believe I heard an interview of some, it was Eddie Griffin. Eddie Griffin said Mike walked in and...
They was filming Say, Say, Say.
Right. And he asked, well, I'll buy the Beatles for...
No, he asked, how much do you think that's
How
worth?
much? Exactly. Okay.
$60 million, Mike. Mike was like, that's a lot of money. Fronting, like, you know. He said in between takes, he went and called his people, go buy it. That's all, 60 million. Take 60 million out of my account. Go buy that shit. Came back the next day, you ready to finish filming? Oh, by the way, I bought the Beatles. You what? You bought a fucking beat? You can't own the Beatles. He had a fucking fit. Paul McCartney. Stop being his friend.
Absolutely.
Hurt his fucking feelings. Mike was a shrewd businessman.
He was a gangster. That's a gangster move.
Let me tell you another story I heard. You know Mike and Quincy was tight.
Right.
So for years, you got to remember, they made Off the Wall together, and that was in the 70s. You see what I'm saying? And it took them years to make. And that came out in 79. So if it took them years to make, we talk about 78, 77, maybe 76, they started on this project. So that means Michael Jackson grew up. I mean, watched Quincy Jones' daughters grow up. Fast forward years later, Tupac is dating one of the daughters. I think it was Khadijah. They came out of, Tupac comes out the party, disrespecting Khadijah, like, bitch, shut up. Come the fuck on. Shut the fuck up and get in the car. Mike stepped to him. Yo, you can't talk to her like that. He was like, Mike, mind your fucking business. Mike was like, fuck no, that's like my niece. You ain't gonna just talk to her like that. Michael Jackson and fucking Tupac start rumbling. Michael Jackson beat his ass. They said Tupac loved to fight, but he can't fight.
Tupac. I believe that.
Moonwalked right all over his ass.
I got Mike fucked up.
Tupac wasn't the biggest of guys.
Definitely wasn't.
And Mike was a crip.
And Mike wasn't the biggest of guys.
Mike was
tall.
So we got to fight between...
Pac is 160, Mike is 125.
Yeah.
Different 125.
So we got to fight between two people. Yeah, but Mike got that strength of my dad been beating me with the switch my whole life.
And that was...
And I'm a gang member.
You talking about older Mike. Mike in the 90s?
Mike was a crip.
Yeah.
Mike is a crip.
It wasn't the 90s.
It would have been the 90s because Pac died in 96.
Oh, it had to be the 90s.
Yeah,
nigga. That was Mike just turning white. He was still black. He was just turning white. He still had some nigga in him. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, he did that. 125. But it's cool.
Mike went to Summer Jam, stepped to them Rockefeller niggas.
He did. Mike got away with a lot of shit.
I don't know why this sounds so unbelievable to me.
It's because of when people think of Mike, the perception of Mike.
Soft-spoken, docile.
You don't see him smacking the shit out of nobody.
Y'all think Mike had hands?
He had feet.
Joe.
He definitely had,
He was probably a kicker.
Yeah.
No.
Joe.
And that nigga, yo. Mike kicked you with them loafers.
Joe whooped their ass, nigga. So he had to block.
Yo, that is hilarious.
He was showing you his moves.
Yo, Mike kicked that nigga with them loafers, yo. Mike whooped Tupac ass, man. I'm rolling. I believe it.
Even if it ain't true, I like the
It's hilarious.
the lie of it.
Yeah.
I just like how this story sounds.
Prince, smart.
Pac
Stay away
ain't-
from that video.
But Pocket,
And Prince was shorter than Pop.
Ooh.
That kick would have been easier.
yeah, but the motorcycle's fast. He's shorter, but that motorcycle that he tried to run him over with is pretty fast. You got to move out the way, Mike.
And Prince can do them high kicks.
Yeah, see, Pac
High
ain't-
kicks and the split?
Pac can't have a Harley. Pac was out there with his hands talking about knuckle up. Mike hit that nigga with some Jackie Chan shit.
Yo, that is hilarious, my nigga.
Mike being Chuck Norris on the low is funny.
That's hilarious.
That is hilarious, bro.
And I can see Mike fucking some shit up. But why? I just can't see Pac not spinning the block.
But Pac wasn't crazy.
Why
all the
not,
time,
nigga?
though,
Where's
Joe.
house at Gary and then or some shit?
Go ahead over there if you want to. Yeah, you're not doing.
The king of pop.
The king of pop moonwalking.
You
on
gotta
Tupac?
remember, this man had how many brothers? 7, 8, not including cousins. You gotta remember, this man grew up in Gary, Indiana. You know about them small little towns? Them small little towns is tougher than the big city, cause they all got something to prove. And he grew up, and we talk about the 60s, when gang warring was going on. Where you think Beat It came from? He done seen a lot of them gang wars. You see what I'm saying? So ain't no way Michael Jackson could have been soft at all. Just going by his household. Joe beat their ass. So he wasn't scared to take a punch. Joe beat that ass. And Joe was a hard rock. So you got to deal with them brothers. You got to deal with Joe. You think Mike's soft?
Nah.
Exactly.
But look.
But look at the content of his records. Listen to the shit he's saying. You want to be starting something, nigga?
There you go. There you have it.
Pretty young thing. Beat It. You're talking about beating ass right there. Mike wasn't no joke.